come on in the room. Bucks win it tonight. 117-115. Giannis game winner. Hey, everybody. Thumbs down on that ass. 117-115. Boo all you want to, Indiana. Boo all you want to. How about disrespect? Giannis owns what they call it, Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Giannis owns the Fieldhouse. He done put up a 70. How many points put up the other day? The other year, with 60-some points the other year in the Fieldhouse, and then tonight comes in game blouses. Giannis 117-115. Come on in the room. Doc is our Doc D right down all screws. He gives us our medicine in our room. We are live. It's Cream City crossover. Groove Trey Osby III.
JT.
Chris King.
Justin.
Yeah. Everybody in the building tonight. Bucks, big win, man. Big win. There was a lot of things that go into this. And I'm not going to lie, it was an annoying game. It was an annoying game to watch. I was annoyed by it as I saw it. But they did find a way to get the win. I always have problems trying to get to YouTube. I'll get it later. But they get the dub tonight, 117-116. Come on in the room. We'll be live on the Twitter. We'll be live on YouTube. Get us in the chat. We'll talk to you. 117-115 is the final game winner from Giannis. About 16, 15, 16, 17-footer. Turn around, put it right in, and then he looks at the crowd, boos the crowd, thumbs down, all of that stuff tonight as the Bucks get a dub over the Indiana Pacers. What's up? What's up, JT?
Turning around and putting it right in.
Turn around and put it in.
Hey,
Turn around and put it in. That's how he did it to him.
Hey, yo.
He turned around, put it in. That's what happened tonight. Come on. Recap tonight of how this thing went. Giannis leads everybody in scoring, 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. He was 14 of 21, 67% from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 5 and 9 for the free throw line. Was a team high +8. I just named all those stats and had a game winner. And I got people in the comments in my mentions telling me Giannis had a bad game. We shall discuss. Myles Turner, 9.7 rebounds, 1 assist. He did have 5 blocks tonight, 3 of 7 from the field. Really good first quarter. The rest we'll discuss. Gary Trent Jr., big-time shots in the end of the game. 11 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal for him. He was 3 of 12 from the field, but he was a team high as well, +8. AJ Green, 13 points, 3 assists, 1 board, 4 of 8 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. Ryan Rollins starting to come back down to earth a little bit. Another guy we're going to have to talk about. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. He was 4 of 8, 2 of 4 from the 3, 7 turnovers. Unacceptable for my starting point guard. Unacceptable for my starting point guard to have 7 turnovers. Again, it's one thing when you are the player that's underrated, nobody knows about, and not on the scouting report. It's another thing when defenses and opposing teams look and game plan for the Bucks, and you're now page 1. That's a difference. And right now, Ryan Rollins is working on your page 1 of the scouting report, and he's got to figure out how to be a player, an impact player. And again, I'm not going to say he didn't impact the game. He impact, but what is he truly? Is he starting level point guard, or are you really a backup masquerading as a starting level point guard? Are you really too? He's got to find his way. Again, the good thing, good or bad, however you want to call it, he's got a month to figure this thing out. And we have a month to evaluate. But 10.7 assists for him. Torian Prince, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Cole Anthony, frustrating tonight to watch. But he goes 11, 4 and 4. 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 from the 3-point line. Bobby Portis, frustrating to watch tonight. 8 points, 2 rebounds. We will discuss. And how about Kyle Kuzma? Is he maybe is he turning into off your bench the guy you can depend on? Is he turning into the guy that I can count on for consistency off the bench? 15 and 5. He was 5 and 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. And oh, by the way, he's the only guy I can count on at the free throw line, 4 of 4 from the line. How about the Pacers tonight? Nesmith, 17 points. Pascal Siakam, 32, 5, and 8. He was 11, 24 from the field, 1 6 for 3. Isaiah Jackson, 21 and 10. If you're a Pacer fan, you're looking at your center like, damn, he outplayed Myles Turner tonight a little bit. Jarris Walker, 18 points, 8 boards, 5 assists. Quentin Jackson, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. He went out with the injury. Yeah, Furphy went out with an injury. Tony Bradley, 4 points, 3 rebounds. And Shepard had 5 points as well. Not much going on the bench there, but it all adds up to a 117-115 victory for your Milwaukee Bucks. Again, I said it at the start. This is an annoying game to watch right from the very beginning. This is annoying. The Indiana Pacers fan base, you suck. You are terrible. You don't deserve good things. Again, I don't wish injuries on players, but I'm not wishing it. Listen, I feel bad for what's my light-skinned man name? No, not Obi Top. His name's escaped me. I'm not even joking. His name
Halliburton.
Halliburton. That's his name. Bum ass Halliburton.
You said light skin. That was all I had to go off of. But.
Listen, man, light skin brothers is winning in Milwaukee too. We got Ryan Wallace, got Gary Trent, got a few out there.
Oh, Anthony.
KPJ.
KPJ is not light skinned. But anyway, as I was saying here, Halliburton. I don't wish injuries on anybody, but on fan bases, you absolutely deserve everything that's happening to you. You deserve to be 1-6 right now. That was your Super Bowl, and you lost it. You had an opportunity. Bucks are out there playing with their food, but the Bucks are not like the Packers. They went ahead and took care of business at the end of the game and did exactly what they were supposed to do in dramatic fashion. But I thought classless from the Indiana crowd, classless from that Pacers fan base to boo Myles Turner for all the things that he'd done for that organization. And Myles Turner made clear that his issue was not with the fans of Indiana. His issue was with the front office for not paying him. If somebody came to you and said, hey, I'll offer you $40 million more than your previous boss, your previous company, you take that deal too. So I don't understand how anybody's upset with him about anything. Indiana Pacers fans, you're like a bunch of bootlickers, and your ownership group was cheap. They were cheap. They didn't want to win, and Myles Turner wanted to win, so he went on to greener pastures, and you guys are 1-6, and you deserve every single bit of it. You deserve to have your hearts ripped out. You thought you were going to win the game. You thought you had a rivalry game, that you were going to come in, and you were going to upset the Milwaukee Bucks just like old times. But oh, no. The earth is spinning correctly, and the Milwaukee Bucks snatch the victory from the jaws of defeat tonight and win it 117-115. Listen, man, again, was it everything we wanted to see? Absolutely not. I thought there were times where, again, the turnovers were too much. Cole Anthony, Ryan Rollins, you see why this team needs KPJ. But at the end of the game, and again, I said this, and I'll let you go, JT, here. But at the end of the game, with no Chris Middleton and now no Damian Lillard as go-to scorers and go-to shot makers to give to the ball at the end of a period, or at the end of a half, or at the end of a game to win the game, especially if you're only down 2 and you don't need a 3. I am A-okay with Giannis taking that shot every day of the week and twice on Sundays, and he knocked one down for us tonight. Justin said the first time since that, I think, the New York Knicks game in Madison Square. Is that right? Is that his last game winner? No, you know what? He actually had one in the playoffs against the Boston Celtics, a tip-in. But I know he had one to play. Maybe I don't know if they count that in the stat, but he had a tip-in against the Celtics. I remember. But for a jump shot like that, turn around the elbow, you can't take it any better. 117-115. That's what happened. That's what I saw, JT. What'd you see?
Man, just a sloppy, uninspired game tonight from this team. But we always say, Trey, what we always say about the wins.
Gotta take the nitty with the gritty.
The pretty wins with the gritty wins. Yes, sir. We take the gritty wins with the pretty wins, man. And you know what? This was a game where in the past, maybe we lost this, maybe we didn't. And again, Giannis hits that shot, and it's just one of those things where Bucks fans admit something. It's like, yeah, man, let's go ahead and just stomp these dudes, set the tone. We already know what this team is going to be. This game was close, I think, kind of just because we did not have it tonight. We just did not have it tonight. It's not that we were woefully inefficient. I think we were just sloppy. We couldn't hit anything from the line. Our free throw shooting was horrendous. Did we even crack 70%? You know, I think we was in like the low 60s last time I checked. But yeah, our free throw shooting was horrendous tonight. It was bad.
70. Oh no, that was Indiana. 59% from the free throw line.
There it is, right? 59% from the free throw line. That is always going to be an issue. We lost a turnover battle. I think we had about 20 turnovers tonight. We just had a sloppy game. Our guys were uninspired. Our guards, we didn't really get much out of our guards. It's not that they were woefully inefficient with shooting. It just, they looked like a bunch of guys that walked to work, right? Like the guards they were just struggling. I don't know really how much more to put it. Yes, you have a turnover issue tonight with Ryan Rollins. And again, we're still getting a sample size on Ryan Rollins. Is he the 30-point guy? Is he a budding superstar? Is he a role player? That's a fair question, Trey. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. What I will say is that Ryan Rollins is going to give us something. And I do think consistently Ryan Rollins is 100% going to add value to this team. But it also goes to show that this point guard position, when you talk about this battle here, is kind of wide open at this point, right? Like it is, because you're going to have that sample size. We all assume to be KPJ. Ryan Rollins is competing. This is what you need to see is, hey, I need to see the good. I need to see the bad. I need to know your ceiling. You need to know your floor. Cole Anthony tonight, he didn't look great. I think Cole Anthony had 3-4 turnovers. Look, our guys we just were struggling tonight, but we found a way to make it. We found a way to pull out the win, and man, hats off to Giannis. I'm here for the Giannis game winners. It is a rare occurrence that it happens. And what'd you say before the show, Trey? What'd you say about that last shot?
What? I don't know. What'd I say?
You said if we don't need a three, you're comfortable.
Oh, I don't need a three. Yeah, if I don't need a three, I'll take Giannis taking the last shot every time.
And I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. If we need a three, obviously you want one of your sharpshooters to take it. But if you need two or even one, yeah, I think you pass this thing to 34 and let him see if he can make something happen. Worst case scenario, he gets fouled. And tonight, he had a game winner. So, man, I'm going to stack this one up there with the rest. And it's always a good day when we can beat the Indiana Pacers.
Want to stop you real quick with the super chat here from NYC Randy. Appreciate you, NYC. He says, Giannis, best in the world. I will start my petition to get Bobby out of this team. He keeps ruining momentum, plays no defense. Also, if Kuz had a Rollins game, Twitter would be on fire. They won't keep it consistent. That's an interesting NYC. I don't disagree with. Again, we'll talk about Bobby. Giannis best in the world. I'm with you. I don't disagree on the Rollins point and Kuz at all. If Kuz had a game where he had 7 turnovers, they'd be out with pitchforks talking about Kyle Kuzma. You are 100% correct on that, NYC. Appreciate the super chat. Sorry about that, Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll start with Giannis. It's about time that we got that game winner. Is that what's going to set people over the edge that aren't Bucks fans, that aren't watching, that he has a mid-range jumper? Like, this is something serious. And does it take a game-winning shot, game-winning fadeaway from the mid-range to realize that? Not for us, but maybe for the rest of the NBA world. Trey, it's kind of like, what does Prime say about believing?
You got to believe, baby.
I was looking for, do you believe now?
Oh, do you believe now? Yeah. My bad.
But no,
ain't much believing going on in Colorado right now, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, you got to tell them boys. What's the Fleetwood Mac that don't stop thinking about tomorrow? Yeah, they don't have in Colorado right now. They struggle.
Yeah, that's a look around conversation. Yeah, but I thought this game for the Bucks was really sluggish. You look at that end of the third, into the fourth, where they go 8 threes in a row. And the Pacers are still able to hang around. It's like we picked apart their defense, but also our defense on the other end was getting picked apart as well, with just laziness, not getting back when they push the pace. And that's been a kind of a theme as to why this defense has kind of looked lazy and giving up some easy buckets. Yeah, I thought Pascal Siakam, I tell you what, he was one of the best players on the floor, if not the best, even with Giannis's big game and game winner. And that's what, it was a motivated game from the Pacers. I feel like they had the juice, booing Myles Turner. I felt Myles Turner looked a little nervous tonight. Played with nervous energy. I mean, that last, I think it was like 40 seconds to go, where he passes up a three and gets it to Rollins and he bricks. Like, what are we doing there? Let's just shoot it. Let's have you take the three. Let's have you be the hero instead of tossing that over to Rollins. So to me, yeah, I think a lot of things are coming to light with this basketball team. Again, what NYC says about Bobby Portis, like he was killing momentum a little bit with the black hole stuff, turning the ball over when we're going on a run up 10.
Terrible.
He's swarmed by their defense. There's 4 on him, and he loses the basketball. Like, that kind of stuff continues to show. And then other things, the positives are continuing to show. I thought Cole Anthony diced their defense for a while when he was able to just push the pace and collapse the defense, kick it out to open shooters. That's what allowed us to knock down those threes. And then the missed free throws down the stretch, that needs to clean up. I think AJ Green, if you're able to put in 2 free throws, we may not even be having a game winner right now. So that needs to clean up a little bit, and hopefully this team comes in with a new energy tomorrow in the back-to-back.
Question. Oh, go ahead, Troy.
No, go ahead.
Let me ask y'all a question, right? And I hate to do this because we're only, 8 games in at this point, 7, 8 games in.
Yep.
Are we worried about Bobby at this? Seriously, right? Because I think a lot of us, we have the nostalgia and we've seen what Bobby can do, and we're, it's early. And I know I find myself in this trap where I don't want to be worried because I know what Bobby can do, and I've seen Bobby be that consistent person. But at this point, Bobby kind of seems like a shell of who he was. And who he was a guy who he was always a bit flawed, right? But now it just seems like something's not clicking. Something isn't right. I can't quite figure this out. Is it a decline in skills? Is it just basketball? I'm not really sure. But I hate to say it, but 7, 8 guys, I'm a little worried about Bobby. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I know it's only 7, 8 games in, but I'm a little bit worried about his fit. I'm a little bit worried about a lot of different things at this point because I'm just not sure it's in Bobby we trust anymore. And I hate to say that because he's done so many great things as a Buck, but, it's looking a little shaky right now.
In Bobby we trust. But I can't do that.
Bobby was getting buckets. Big shot Bob. Come on now.
Big shot Bob in the play. I go back to 2021. Big shot Bob in probably the hardest playoff series we were in in the title run. Sat games 5, 6, and 7. So again, but I agree. Did he do some good things? Yes, he obviously has. But we asked at the beginning of this season, JT, does Bobby Portis fit this basketball team? We asked it over and over again. And again, to show his value, to show his worth, he's got to hit shots. And if he's not doing that for you, 3 of 7 tonight, 2 of 5 from 3, a -5, he doesn't fit. You saw tonight, and again, I don't know if it was because the Bucks got a back-to-back and they're playing tomorrow. But I don't know. Sims, so tonight you saw Jericho Sims get rotational minutes over Amir Coffey, right? And again, I don't know if that was because you're trying to solve for the Bobby Portis rim protection or what's going on. But you're 100% right, JT. This is a thing. Somebody either, I don't know if it's on Twitter or in here, stated that this is what the Bucks are. You'll see more of this like we play against Sacramento. And here, basically they were saying that the first 4 or 5 games of the season were a fluke with how well we were playing. And this is what we really look like we did against Sacramento and like we did against Indiana here. And I disagree because, again, I look at the starters. Outside of Rollins, you're +8 Gary Trent, +8 Giannis, +7 Turner, +3 Green. Like you had a group, they went out, they start off guns blazing just fine. And that second group comes in, particularly when Bobby Portis steps on the floor, and it's like all the momentum just goes away. From a defensive standpoint, he's terrible, and he's not hitting shots to make up for anything. So, yeah, you're right. I am 100% worried about Bobby Portis, and again, his fit on this basketball team. I think before, if you have a better defensive group, and he's not sticking out like a sore thumb, it's not as bad. But the way the way Bobby Portis plays, if he's not hitting shots, he is a liability out there. I mean, it is highway 9 fastest route to the basket. You should take it. And they are. They're exposing him all over the floor. He does not look good. He does not look comfortable whatsoever.
Well, Quick Draw McGraw makes a great point here. He says Bobby Portis' flaws are amplified because all the other old slow players are gone. I mean, that is partially true in combination with what you're saying too. When you're not hitting shots, it's just like it's bad. But look, I want to hope we'll figure it out, right? I want to hope for 7-8 games we'll figure it out. We're just seeing a lot of bad right now, and maybe you expect to see bad in the middle of the season when guys get tired, but we're seeing bad and fatigue hasn't set in for these. But having said that, again, the eternal optimist in me thinks maybe he turns this thing around. Maybe he turns this thing around a week. Maybe he puts together a string of consistent, decent games. Shots start falling a little bit better. He starts being back to the guy who used to be reliable off the bench for a good somewhere between 14 and 16. I mean, I don't know, but I think what we've seen is a bit concerning at this point.
Yeah, I think where I get worried is just the fact that, we talk about the issues against, some of these faster, quicker teams. And even though the Pacers don't really have the horses in terms of names right now, they got the young athletic guys who want to play and are playing for basically a spot in the league, right? So that's why you're seeing Quentin Jackson blow by him and get easy dunks, and people blow by him in transition or with the ball, whatever it may be. I think that's also another thing that's amplified when you're playing a team that has that kind of young ability, because we talked about it when they played the Warriors, right? The Warriors look old, slow. A better game for Bobby, right? I don't want that to be the concern that we see throughout this season, where it's like, okay, we're playing a team that is a little slower in the feet, a lot more slow half-court possessions, and Bobby has good games there, because then that would be really telling.
Let's get to some of the positives here in a 117-115 victory. Giannis, man, again. The 33-13-5 with the 2 steals. And again, do you understand? And I asked the chat too. A lot of people will tell you that Giannis didn't have a great game last time out, and he's not having a good game. And he didn't have a good game tonight. But Giannis, again, he just absolutely carries this team. And I have a hard time talking about his play. Now, do I think he gets a little lazy defensively at times? Yeah, I think he does. But again, it's hard when you're the guy that's got to go up there and give you 30 and give you 33. He's got to play. He's got to play make, because I thought tonight Giannis brought the ball up more than he typically has because of how poor Ryan Rollins was playing in the point guard position. I think that was the reason why Doc closed the game with Cole Anthony on the floor, because he knew he needed another ball handler, because Ryan Rollins was doing such a poor job as the main ball handler. And I thought Giannis had to do. He ends up with 3 turnovers, but he has so much. I think people have to realize and understand and recognize when you go superstar for superstar, as far as those guys in the MVP, on the MVP kind of level. You're talking right now, Luka Doncic. What does he have? What are his responsibilities defensively? None. He has none. You're talking Nikola Jokic. What responsibilities does he have defensively? Really, none. He doesn't. Wembanyama. What responsibilities does he have as an initiator of the offense? Not many. So again, he's a two-way player when we look at the two-way players, unlike Nikola Jokic and Luka, who we just mentioned. But if you go superstar for superstar, to me, and this is why I have to give Giannis some grace when we talk about defensively, because I thought Siakam was getting into him a little bit, one-on-one to matchups, and again, he got lost a couple times. But you have to give Giannis that grace, because I don't think anybody is and again, look at this roster. Look at this roster. Start top to bottom. We can talk up Ryan Rollins all we want to. But at the end of the day, he's right. At the end of the day, I think some Bucks fans and some people on Twitter know who they are. I think they have elevated. Again, I think it comes from this hatred of KPJ, which we've already talked about. they've elevated Ryan Rollins into something that he's really not. And again, I like Ryan Rollins. Love the kid. I think he's going to be a good player. He's got a month to figure out what kind of player he's going to be. But I think some people overrated him just a little bit because of a couple really, really, really high-level games. But my point is, if you look at this roster top to bottom, without Giannis holds everything together, and he has to do it on both ends, and he has to carry everything. And tonight, you're at the added responsibility of, oh, by the way, you've also got to be our clutch guy down the stretch and hit the big shots too. Like it is literally everything is on his back, and he's carrying his team. What are we, 6-2 right now? To 5-2 to a 5-2 record. Justin, you are back. I think is Justin back?
Y'all can see me? Y'all can hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can see you, and yeah, I think we can hear you. I can see you and hear you. I don't know if you can on the YouTube, but yeah, go ahead.
You can.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. You know, that's divine intervention. All this Bobby slander in my computer just crashes on me. So, you know, HIV of the Postgame tonight.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Did you mention the HIV? Oh, nah. We can't do that.
The HIV.
Nah.
The HIV is crazy. I've never heard anybody say the HIV.
That's in celebration of the Dodgers' victory. Anyways, moving on.
Hey, yo, that was crazy.
So Cole Anthony was
crazy straight. I'm not letting you get away with that Magic Johnson straight. God,
wait, hold on. What?
Crazy.
Wait, hold on. What did you say? I didn't get to tell it. Go ahead, run
that. Cole Anthony.
What did you say?
Hey, shots fired.
You talking about Irvin right now? You talking
about Irvin? That's crazy.
Allegedly Cookie. Anyways, Cole Anthony.
Go ahead. Oh man.
Hey, yo.
So they interviewed.
There go the sponsorships. So go ahead.
They interviewed. Oh, okay. Hey, man. They interviewed Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony said it was a tough win. They told the team when they got back to that last huddle, stop worrying about the referees and just hoop. And then he said he knew that it was good when it left Giannis's hands. So Doc said it's always special when we get a win in Indy. It doesn't matter who's on the court or anything like that. This is our rival, and this is who we got to beat. And Doc was kind of like you were, Trey. Doc was very disappointed in the Indianapolis fans. Maybe that's the reason why Major League Baseball doesn't want to go there. Said that Myles Turner gave him 10 years, a whole decade. And he shouldn't be booed like that. And Myles didn't make himself available. The Indianapolis Pacers did that. They had the opportunity to sign him before anyone else and chose to play with their food. Kind of like Sunday or even tonight. Sometimes you play with your food like Sunday and you walk out with an L. And that's what them dumb Pacer fans got. I'm glad they got it too. He wants them to call the fouls. He said Giannis was absolutely wiped out on one of those drives to the bucket, and there was no foul called. And the way Giannis is officiated was absolutely wrong. Doc went crazy on the refs. One of the refs told him that they're hitting his arm, but he's playing through it. And Doc responded,
"What?
Yeah, that's what they said. If it's a foul, call the foul." And they were like, well, maybe we have to call a foul on every play. Well, if you start calling the foul on every play, maybe they'll stop fouling the man. Then he went to the push-off at the end, and we talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander push-offs. That Siakam one was crazy. If that's Giannis, it's a definite foul. Said the team started out playing beautiful basketball. Then they got into somewhere we're going to chase buckets. And then he said the second unit helped them to get back into their rhythm.
Did they?
I think he might be alluding to Cole Anthony and some of the other guys who made some big shots. Said there were too many times of letting those guys get into the paint, too many turnovers and too many fouls. Thought Myles was absolutely fantastic again tonight. His defense, his rebounding. And he took Ryan Rollins out the game at the end of the first half because he was playing bad. And Cole gave them a big boost of energy. And the last point I got for him was Rollins took his eyes off of the guy when he was inbounding the ball and then tried to get back in and toss it to him. And he wasn't fully focused on that inbounds pass. That was a terrible pass. Just a terrible pass. But it's okay, man. Rollins is young. He'll learn from it. We're early on in this season. I think a lot of these guys will learn from it. It's me talking now. I'm done with Doc. I just think that we got a lot of growth to go. There's no way that this Indianapolis Pacers team or Indiana, what are they, Indiana or Indianapolis? I don't know. I get confused.
Who knows?
Like half of them want to name the damn team off their states and half of them want to name it off the city. I don't care. But hey man, you gotta stop playing with these dudes. There's a bunch of bums out there, man. Other than Siakam, you got Max McClung's slam dunk contest out there on the floor. He doesn't belong on the basketball court in the NBA. He deserves getting a great check in Europe. I mean, so these dudes got to hoop better. We got to execute better. Giannis, absolutely amazing game-winning shot to me. And to me, at first when I came into this game, I wanted to beat him by 30 and really send a message. But I enjoyed it kind of being close. I hate the way that we looked, but I enjoyed it being close. I enjoyed that Tyrese got to be what he was during a majority of the games where they beat us last year, a cheerleader. He didn't come into the last second and make a basket. But only issue I got with Giannis is that three-point opportunity, that three-point shot. I felt like we could have got a better look than that, but kind of waffle a little bit. Might have to take a trip to the house. JT and Chris, I know y'all ain't got that up there.
No, hey, listen, man. Oh, hey, after 30, you can't eat Waffle House. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all that. After 30, you cannot eat Waffle House.
But me going to Waffle House is all cap. I'm a pescatarian anyways, but whatever.
Pescatarian. Is that fish?
Yeah.
Only fish.
You said what?
I am upset that he took that shot because I think we could have got a better shot. But however, I'm okay with him taking that shot because if I'm not okay with that shot, I can't be okay with the game winner because you got to have that testicular fortitude to try to win the basketball game. So it all played out the right way in the end.
No, you're absolutely correct there on that piece. Good comments from Doc Rivers as well. If you're in the chat and you appreciate the testicular fortitude of Giannis as he knocked down that game winner, please hit the like button. Lag says Giannis game winner on Hallie's bum ass. Mark Gomes says buzzer beater patience was way more satisfying than a blowout. Mark Gomes says give Mac more respect. Hell no, I don't give Mac no respect at all. It was funny when he got into the game, Marcus Johnson was clowning him. Talking about, this ain't the dunk contest. 100%, man. So I was happy about it. Robert Henry says Giannis has bragging rights. In Indy, Tish says, as I said last game, this is why we need KPJ. But again, if you're George joining us tonight, come on in the room. 117, 115 Bucks win. Hit that like button on your way in here. Man, I want to talk. You mentioned Cole Anthony and how he played, and I guess I want to ask you about these guards in general. What has to happen? Because again, there will be better teams. There will be better. These were, like you said, they were. Just again, outside of Nesmith's. Nesmith's not really a guard, but they had bums from the guard spot tonight. And I don't think we got what we needed. Again, AJ Green's just a standstill shooter. Gary hit some big shots. But I'm talking about really from Rollins and Cole Anthony in particular. Like, is it just what are you making of this? Last couple games, I think Ryan Rollins hasn't been on his game like he was. And again, obviously, like we talked about, it's gonna be hard to go with 25 and then 32. I don't think that's not what he is. But again, I think the question is, what is Ryan Rollins when he settles in over this month? What do you think his numbers will look like? And then I guess, again, from a guard perspective, Rollins and Cole Anthony without KPJ, how do they make this better? And I will agree with Doc Rivers. I did think Cole Anthony provided a spark initially. I thought in that second half, I didn't think he was as good. And then again, he has some turnovers too. Again, by my two lead, my starting guard and my backup guard, that's 10 turnovers, dog. That's 7 from Rollins and 3 from you can't win like that. What your boy say, JT? One man say? Can't win with it. Can't do it. I can't do it. With 10 turns, so I guess that's my question. How does this guard? Was it just lack of focus? Is it because Ryan Rollins is now the number one on the scouting report? And what do his numbers look like when KPJ comes back? And what do you need to see from him to keep that spot from him, or just KPJ get it back? Again, we're still a long way away from that, but I guess I want to know what you think about what Rollins looks like now moving forward after the 2 big games that he had. at any time.
So I'll say that. I'll say this. I'll say that Ryan Rollins, it's a lot different being in that number one spot. Now all the pressure is on you. I thought what we saw with those other games was there was still the chance that that KPJ would be back a lot sooner. When Rollins makes mistakes, it's like he's trying to do too much at times. And that's okay, man. He's still a young player, and he's learning in his skin. I think that one thing that we need to look at, and this is going back to the Bobby stuff a little bit, a lot of these guys are in completely new roles coming into this season than what we've ever seen them in their career. So it's going to take a time for them to grow. I'm going to give Rollins a lot of grace, though, because the same time where he's throwing the ball away and he's making a lot of turnovers, he had some pretty big shots tonight, too, and had some pretty decent passes and stuff like that. So I think he'll continue to grow, and I'm excited about his future. But when KPJ comes back, I'm a guy, I'm old. I don't like to see a guy lose their spot off of injury. Sometimes it just goes that way, though.
So I think when we talk about competition at the position, that's another thing too. Is I said this a couple shows ago. You're letting Ryan Rollins, you're seeing Cole Anthony, you're seeing these guys compete. And iron sharpens iron too. The one thing I'll say that's interesting is that we have something that we did not expect, and this Ryan Rollins ride right now is a bit of a roller coaster. It's probably going to be, which you expect that from a young guy. But what we didn't expect was for Ryan Rollins to hop in that starting role and have so much early success in those first few games. We didn't expect that. We knew he could play. We definitely knew he could play. But then seeing the way he came out, seeing the way Ryan Rollins balling, hey man, like he gave us, I think, a lot of Bucks. Twitter was kind of like, wait a minute, this guy can really. We knew he could play last year to an extent, but we hadn't seen him turn loose like this the last couple of games. So now the question I do have is, by any objective measure, tonight was a rough night. How do you respond tomorrow? How do you come back, right? Because now you've had, a scintilla of adversity come your way. Where you just didn't look good. You're here. Maybe guys gonna start playing you a little bit differently because now you're popping up on the scouting report. Man, hey, Ryan Rollins can play. Everybody knows here, right? They're talking about you being player of the week and everything else too. So now, how do you respond? How do you respond to this? How do you come out tomorrow? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Ryan Rollins comes out tomorrow and gives you a little bit more than what we've seen in the last few games. Oh man, that's a statement. That's a statement. That tells you something. That tells you that he's gonna bounce back, tighten things up, and he's really ready. And again, he's competing for this spot that I think him and KPJ, maybe that spot turns into a timeshare. I'm not really sure. I still would think KPJ may have the advantage, but that remains to be seen. But tomorrow's a night for Ryan Rollins to bounce back and show you that what we saw before was not a fluke.
Yeah, I think you just got to be a little more confident letting that three ball go, because he shot it at a pretty decent clip this year. And what it's doing is, if he's not making threes or not taking as much, it's making the drives to the hoop a little bit more challenging for him. And that's where you start to see some of that, like, out of control stuff where it's just a rush drive to the rim, and it's a pretty, just a forced miss at that point. So I think if he's able to maybe take a little more volume with the three ball, I think that'll be able to open up the scoring more, and maybe open up just a little less, prone to turnovers. Really, I like the way he's been facilitating. There's no doubt about it with, 8 assists, 7 assists, being able to dish the rock. But I also think that to open up his offensive game a little more is to just be able to create that own shot off the dribble. That way, a turnover looks like a missed shot instead of an actual turnover.
Well, and I think to the last one, I think that's what I miss about what I want to see at Rollins. And I disagree with Todd. He says Giannis is a hard dude to play with when he's out tomorrow. Rollins probably has a huge game. I disagree because again, I think there are times if you put a roster around him that's not suited to him, it can be more difficult to play with. But for this roster where you have total spacing, I don't know why he would be hard to play with at all. And again, but I think what's missing, what was missing tonight and what's been missing instead of the last couple of games is that wiggle. You talk about the three, but the difference with KPJ is that KPJ has this ability, this knack to get downhill and do a lot of different things. And that's what I didn't know Ryan Rollins had that as much. And then he started showing it, and it's like, oh, I didn't know you had that in your game, sir. And so and tonight, I think that's what we missed a little bit. Yeah, one word. No, that was it's Cole Anthony, who just ran right down and paint, and J Huff just blocked the shot. So you got to give me some. You got to give me some shift side to side, a little bit of that. So again, I want to see more of that. I want to see Ryan Rollins again, that ability to separate and get to your mid range, to when you get inside, to shake off your defender and draw another defender to you. So now you can make a pass and a clear cut. That's what I want to see more of, and I saw it, for a bit there. And now I want to see it again. I think I've missed it from him in the last couple games. Another question I want to get to you guys is about – go ahead.
Nah, my bad. Just real quick, because you're right about the Rollins getting downhill, but we got to get our brother props for that 2-on-1 break where I think it was Siakam he posterized. Where
that's right. Yes.
We need more of that and less of the other stuff. But, hey, for me, it's still a great night for Ryan Rollins. And like I said earlier, it's okay with the turnovers. It's okay. We understand it's a process, right?
Right. No, it 100% is a process. The other question I want to ask you guys is about Doc Rivers. And you talked about Bobby Portis losing momentum for this team. That second group, I get it with Cole Anthony, but the second group, again, you have a lead, you lose the lead. I believe every Bucks bench player was a minus tonight. Again, the starters were all positive players outside of Rollins. And then, you did have Conley was +4, Torrey Prince was +6, but Kuzma -6, Bobby -5, Sims -7, Coffee -4. I thought that backup unit, again, it started behind. Again, we talk about trends. Bobby Portis was awful for long stretches of that basketball game. What is up with Doc Rivers playing all bench units? Like, do you think he needs to stagger this thing more? I'm really not getting it. And here's the other thing. Somebody else in the chat said, like, we shouldn't have to ride Giannis for the entire game or whatever it is. And it's like, I don't even understand. Giannis played 31 minutes tonight. What do you mean we didn't ride him at all? Like, again, these are hard wins to come by when you have Siakam playing 37 minutes. You have the other night you had Zach LaVine playing damn near 40 minutes. You had DeRozan playing 40 minutes and Giannis playing 32. Like, no, every other team is riding their guy. We're not riding Giannis at all. So I disagree with that again. And I think if Giannis plays 37 minutes, maybe this is a 15-point win. Again, he was a +8 in 32. So I would assume that would have been better. But what do you make of these all bench lineups and units? And then, but one thing though, Cream City 1846, you sound like an idiot. He says, "Goddamn, it's 82 game season. I like he fell off a cliff." Fulio, it's a post-game show. We're talking about every single game. So I'm talking about tonight. I'm not talking about it through an 82 game season. I'm talking about right now. That's why I have to talk about it in terms of what happened today. I'm not saying it fell off a cliff. I'm talking about right now because it's a post-game show and it happens post-game. Idiot. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you sound like me after the Packers game yesterday.
I'm just confused as to why he's wondering why we're talking about a game as if it's a post-game show. Therefore, I talk about what I just saw. That's why I'm talking about him. Like, nobody said he's the worst player in the world. Sorry, go ahead. But anyway, my question about Doc Rivers and the backup units.
JT, hey, real quick before you go. He said DeMar DeRozan played 41 minutes. And he said, who the other boy, the old light-skinned boy too, he played 47 minutes. You know what that mean, right?
Zach LaVine.
Yeah, them boys was in them Epsom salt baths after they left Milwaukee, big dog.
Oh, yeah, hey, right. Them boys is walking out with bags of ice on their knees. You already know what time it is.
All three of them. Doug Christie probably jumped in with them. All right, I'll be quiet.
You already know what that is. Right. Take that ibuprofen. You're swelling there.
Question on Doc. Okay, so from you're good. Yeah, you're good. So from what I see, Trey, you're right. Like we talked about this, where you see the spurts of the bench units being great, and I think we saw it a little bit tonight with that 8-3 stretch they hit in a row or whatever. But at some point, right, like you can make that many threes, but if you're letting the team that you're also defending stay alive and keep scoring on the opposite end, then it's not a net positive, okay? And so I think, we were able to analyze what was working down the stretch, and that's when you need to throw Giannis back in the game, because you need a defensive anchor. You can't not have Bobby Portis and then a bunch of wing guys and expect that to go well. Like that just can't happen, because that's why you saw us not be able to defend after our offense looked good with that bench unit in. So, yeah, like we need to utilize Giannis more at the 5. I think that plays important stretches in the game where, the offense has it going, but Giannis can also be a facilitator for that, get some offensive rebounds, get some defensive stops, and then maybe you see that lead increase further than it got. And that was why I think the Pacers were able to stay around and stay in that game. So, yeah, I'd like to see Giannis in some of those bench units. And I'll give credit to where it's due with those bench units. So, like, Taurean Prince made some big shots down the stretch. Gary Trent made some big shots down the stretch. Hell, we talked about Bobby, bad defense, but some of those offensive possessions, he made shots too. So, I'd just like to see a defensive anchor in there, whether that be Myles or whether that be Giannis with those groups, because it just shores up the opposite end.
I think with the bench lineup, when you're looking at – I'm going to think about this a little bit weird. I'm going to think like we got 6 starters on this team, because I think throughout his career, Kyle Kuzma is a starting basketball player in the NBA. And now he's not anymore, so we're looking for Kuz to kind of step up and take a bigger role on that bench unit. If Kuz keeps transitioning the way that he has these last 2 games, I think playing a complete second unit will be okay. We're also going to need Bobby to play better. I mean, I'm not going to run from that, right? I don't want to trade the cat, but I feel like he's not showing us what Bobby can give us. And clearly he's shown something in these practices or something, or else I don't think you're going to keep going back to him. And then, I mean, Taurean Prince, like you said, Chris, I thought he was absolutely phenomenal tonight. This is one of the best games I saw him play as a Milwaukee Buck, just because it's not the normal role which he thought he signed up for, and he did well. And Cole Anthony has been, I was the one calling for a fight for the 6th man of the year between Bobby and Cole, and I think Cole is kind of surpassing that, and he's important. But the thing that we got to do, and I mean, maybe I think I saw Tish mention this on Twitter or somewhere, but I want to give people the credit. We got to get these emotions in check. It feels like we always got a bogus technical foul here or there, and Cole proved to me the last game that sometimes he might be a liability, because I think if Cole stays on the floor the last game, he might win that basketball game, but it's important, man.
Well, one of the reasons that we're getting these technical fouls is because, again, tonight, you look at the free throw disparity, and it's again, we can't say that we missed a ton of them, but Indy took 38. We took 22. The other night, Sacramento took, I believe, 46 free throws the other night. So, I mean, again, this is, I don't know if, listen, that's a lot of free throws going up. And then you look on the other side of it, and you get, like, you talk about Doc Rivers getting upset because Siakam's throwing guys out the club. At least tonight, they called the flagrant when I believe it was Nesmith wrapped Giannis, an airborne player, up. So, I mean, I'm just not understanding from the officiating crew what. And you said they said he hit him. He's got to play through it. Again, that's the same thing as like what say.
They said he was playing through it, so that's why they're not.
It's a foul. No, that's a that makes no sense to me. That if somebody plays through the foul, you don't call it a foul. If it's a foul, it's a foul. So I do get why these guys are frustrated. Again, it's a tough spot to be in, but yeah. But again, I agree with you. You have to control your emotions 100%. But yeah, these foul calls are tough. Again, what I like to do is let Doc take those texts. Instead of it being them. That's what I will say on that.
Free throws in the second quarter, just to further prove your point, were 17-1. Pacers.
Right. Somebody else in the chat said, "Why do we leave?" I said, "Why do we leave all these 3-point shooters open?" I disagree with that assessment tonight. Indiana was 8 for 33 from the 3-point line, shot 24%. I thought we closed out well on the 3-point line. I thought outside of Siakam, I thought we defended guys really well. I do. Our issue, and again, you can talk now. There's another point I want to get at, and then we can kind of, I don't know how you guys feel. We can start to kind of wrap tonight since we got another one tomorrow. I thought that our issue was second chance points, and we continue to allow. And again, who's to blame for that? Is it Giannis or is it Myles Turner? Because that's the thing. If you're going to play these 3-guard lineups with Rollins, AJ Green, and Gary Trent Jr., it's a hard thing to then be upset that those 3 guys aren't rebounding like you may want them to. And so then it boils down to either Myles Turner's got to grab boards or Giannis has to grab boards. And I get it. You get 7 from Turner tonight, 13 from Giannis, but I'm telling you, it does feel like, and maybe this is another one's unfair, it feels like Giannis got to be in a 16 to 17 category and really just sky for the rebounds. Because and somebody mentioned in the chat saying that, they thought Myles Turner's a little soft on the rebounds. And, listen, man, he play with Legos. He might be just a little bit soft. But I'm just saying, I like Myles, but, I will say that was was that Cole Anthony who would like airball a 3 and Myles got a layup off of it on the offensive glass? But defensive rebounding, again, we talk about the possession's not over till you rebound the basketball. What do you make of how did the Bucks correct this issue from a rebounding perspective? What are you seeing there?
Sometimes the rebounding stuff looked like to me back when you were in your Howard days and they spray the footballs with water and tell y'all to go pick up the fumbles. Like, it was a lot of just squirting all over the place with the rebounding.
Yo. What?
Yeah, man. Ball got in their hands and it just zoop. And I couldn't understand it, man.
Is it an effort issue? Is it an effort? Is it execution? I mean, maybe some of it is effort. We saw this last year, though. Guys being a step slow, just kind of letting, watching the basketball. I got to make sure I put the emphasis on basket. But watching the basketball bounce by, watching all kind of stuff. I mean.
No, that's true. I agree with that.
Todd says the guards need to crash. I mean, again, to your point, again, this is an offense rebound. AJ Green wanted to maybe rebound of the night, crashing the glass on the offensive side. He crashed the glass, got a rebound. I think that the Giannis 3 that was missed. Yeah, that was the Giannis. And again, I agree, that was a bad 3. AJ crashed the glass, gets the rebound, and gets to the line. He only hits 1 free throw, but again, that was a big rebound. But yeah, I mean, again, between Myles and Giannis, just has the effort. I think agreed. The effort's got to be better. Everything's got to be better. And again, Myles, when you jump and get the rebound, you got to grab the rebound. You got to grab it. You can't let anybody take it from you. Daryl Clayton with the super chat says, late to the party, but KPJ is the next best shot creator on the team. I agree, Daryl. I mean, I 100% agree. And I think that's why, that may be why he gets to play. And again, we maybe asked the wrong question about who comes when KPJ comes back. Who's it? Again, it may be AJ or Gary Trent who's out of the starting lineup and maybe it's KPJ and Rollins starting. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that turns out. But again, appreciate the super chat. Daryl Clayton, a 117-115 victory for your Milwaukee Bucks. At the end of the day, man, listen, like JT says, you take the nitty with the gritty, and you found a way to win a basketball game. I would have been upset if the Milwaukee Bucks lost this game to the Pacers. But again, you did enough. And again, I thought in the Giannis, listen, and for people who may think this has sounded a bit negative, I thought in the Giannis minutes, they were, for the most part, they were good enough. Outside of down the stretch, again, I think that's the other thing. This team will get 3-point happy. And it got to a point, it looks, it's kind of like the Celtics. When they're hitting them, it looks good. When you're missing them, that's a problem. But you get AJ hit a 3, and then back-to-back 3s, and then Gary hits a 3, and then Giannis stuff hit a 3. And it does look good when you're hitting them, but you have to keep that balance. And again, but I thought the Giannis minutes were good. I don't mean to get down on this team tonight. I'm not upset at all. Nights like this will happen. You do have a back-to-back. But ultimately, you need those type of performances. And Giannis comes up clutch and does what a superstar does and finishes this basketball game. And because, again, you definitely don't want to go to overtime knowing you have Toronto tomorrow night. By the way, do you guys think Giannis plays tomorrow, or do you think he takes the rest on the back-to-back?
When's the next game after that? Is the next game Thursday?
Friday.
Yeah, next game's Friday. That's NBA Cup against the Bulls, and again, the Bulls are 5-1, so that'll be a good one on Friday. Don't want to overlook this Toronto basketball team at all either.
Yeah, I had an interesting conversation with a certain fella. Hopefully, he's watching tonight about Ayo Dosunmu versus Ryan Rollins and how Ayo would start for 90% of the team. So those Bulls feel like they got something on their plate for us. But I thought I missed some because I think Todd said we said it again. He's out. I thought I missed something.
I think Todd is, he thinks he's going to be out. I don't know. We'll see.
He the next Bucks insider breaking stories.
No, I think we just look at the game and, again, Giannis, he misses games. He just does.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Michael Jordan said there's a lot of guys that paid a lot of money that's sitting in that last row in Detroit. He wants to shut them up. So hopefully Giannis goes and shuts all those people up in Toronto. I wonder will Drake be at the game, or is he a little bit upset after the World Series still?
I mean, it would be great for him to play, but I would get why he would maybe need a rest. He's been playing really well and really hard. I mean, you look at some of the plays that he makes. I remember down the stretch where he gets blatantly fouled by Pascal Siakam, and it's a hard crash to the floor, and he comes up mincing. That again, somebody said, I think it was Tish, that said that he was favoring that knee a little bit. So I could see a case where he sits out tomorrow for sure.
Yeah,
good.
I think it's early enough in the year to where you could sit him. You certainly could. And again, another night for Myles Turner to shine, another night for other guys to shine and kind of step up, show what you got. So I could go either way on this. Having said that, I mean, Giannis is such a competitor. Maybe he don't want to sit out this early. Maybe he doesn't want to. It really depends. I would say limited minutes, but that messes with the averages. So maybe he does sit out.
And maybe does. I guess my thing is he wants the awards. You had to play 66 for the awards. That would be 2 games in the first 8 that he's missed. That would not trend. I'm not sure if what that trend looks like for getting to the minimum games requirement for awards. But again, the more games you just sit out due to general rest, the harder it is if you get a legitimate injury. You need to sit out for like a week or something, or you have an actual injury. It's going to be tough for you. Justin Garcia tweets out that it's the 5th career game-winning shot for Giannis in the final 5 seconds of a game, the first since 12-1-21 against the Hornets. I'm trying to remember that one against the Hornets on 12-1-21. I don't know why I'm not. That one's not registering with me what actually happened there. But again, it just shows you, again, best in the world. I think Giannis is, again, if you look at this roster, I don't know how you don't have him in the MVP. I don't know how you have him second MVP. I really don't. But the other thing is, you guys talk about it. If you're Todd saying, he's not playing back-to-backs, he's only playing every night. They got him at 32 minutes. So if you can't play back-to-backs, damn, can you give me 35 if I need it? I don't know. I guess that's my thing on that. But again, I think you do want this game at Toronto. You want to rack up as many as possible. And I think it'd be nice if you could get your first 10-game stretch in it at 7-3, or even 8-2 if you could. And tonight was a good. Again, it's a good win. It's always tough to win in the NBA, but they found a way tonight. 117-115. Anything else before we get to Twitter and game balls and everything?
One last thing about Giannis sitting out, it may be some strategy in that before too. He sat out against Golden State, which, for us as fans, we hate that. But that's a Western Conference team. And I think right now, when you look at how wide open this East is, those Toronto Raptors could be a team that who knows where the dominoes are going to fall this year. And I'm not saying they're going to be world beaters and be the number one seed, but if we're in a 4-5, 3-6 type thing, we could be fighting with those guys. They've beaten a lot of air quote teams that are going to win the East in terms of all these ESPN guys. So.
Yeah, and the last thing I would say for the Bucks is that, yeah, we may sound a little doom and gloomy when we're analyzing what went wrong in this basketball game. But again, this is a team that's really like freshly new to each other. And so for 7 games in, you can't be anything but happy with the results that are being put out there, 5-2, and getting these victories and racking them up without a guy who's out for now three more weeks. And so, you know, while you can get these wins without KPJ, who I think will be an impact player, and even more than that when he comes back, I think any win you're pretty happy with.
JT, anything?
No, look, I mean, I wouldn't be doing anything but piggybacking off what the points that you guys have already made. I think the biggest thing is not doom and gloom, not upset. You know, we're fans just like everybody else in the chat, but we also are trying to provide true analysis. And I think sometimes that means you analyze some good things, you analyze some bad things, and you try to keep as objective as you can. Even though that's tough to do because we're all Team Bucks here. So, you know, something to think about when people think, oh, you guys are negative after win. Not really. I think it's more just analyzing everything that you see. And sometimes you got some ugly with the wins. Sometimes you got some pretty with the losses.
Yeah, and last thing I'll say, just because I saw somebody say Kuz barely played any minutes tonight, he went 16. Again, I just the buy-in from Kyle Kuzma, and to be your high man off the bench tonight. Matter of fact, Kyle Kuzma was the second leading scorer tonight in only 16 minutes, put up 15 points. And again, it seems like he scores in flurries. But you know, and some of the shots don't look good, and then you have others where some of them you don't even understand how he gets them in. You know, he had one finger roll, it comes out of nowhere. But when he's playing under control and he's doing it, and I think he had a 3 tonight as well, playing under control, looking to make plays first before looking to score. Again, it's a good thing, and I like what I'm seeing from Kyle Kuzma. That's where I'll end off. There. Let's go ahead.
Y'all saw Halliburton fit tonight, right?
I did not.
Well, I'm just saying he had that damn Dodgers jersey on. He the new Dodgers fan. This is the perfect time he should have wore that junk, but you know.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't away. Right, exactly. Now that's a good point. That's a good point. You know, it's always all for show. I saw him up there screaming and yelling, and look, man, I get it. Again, I'm glad he had a front row seat tonight, and I'm glad that Giannis, when he put it in, when he what did he say? He turned around, put it in. When he turned around, put it in. I'm glad.
Wow.
Hey, when he turned around, put it in. I'm glad he saw it and said, "Trash. It was trash. We put it in. It was trash." And he put the thumbs down on him and said, "Boo! This is disgusting. I can't. I got to get out of here."
Didn't he do that after he dunked on the boy too?
Did that dunk on him too? Yeah, all that. He put it in on him too. So a lot of that going on.
Wow.
Let's see. I have no respect for Indiana. Let's see what's going on the Twitter. At 920rep says, "Is this team good? I don't know. Did Giannis play good? Nope. I don't give a shit about his points. Did anyone other than Kuzma play decent? Also, no." My goodness. At Gabriel, at Miss Weathers says, "It's crazy. I told my husband I want the ball in Giannis's hands. I don't care. Live with what happens, but I want Giannis to take the shot." At Sunk 345, huh? Yeah. At Sunk 345 says, "Also the Pacers players need to get drug tested." Okay. At Dustin's on tag says, "We've got to get the team free throw percentage figured out. Bad enough we have such a disparity, but even worse when we don't make them ones we get." At NYC, Randy says, "Giannis, that was effing nasty. Oh my God. Kobe faded for the win. We got the dub, so we move on. Rollins has to be a lot better than that. I'm tired of Bobby bitch ass, but we move on. Bucks W."
That's tough. That's
What
tough.
happened to your Twitter account, bro?
What you mean? What happened to it? Same thing that happened to all of them.
What happened to
same thing.
This
All three of them.
Again? People just blowing up your Twitter?
I have no clue. Man, okay.
It's John Halliburton.
Bro,
yes,
that's done. I'm trying to
probably who it is.
I'm like,
I'm on the on your T's Q's 973. We just move along. At J Field Texas says Green is not an NBA starter. He's just too small and offers nothing outside of shooting. He's a nightmare cover for second units. Bobby Portis just sends a GIF. Is it GIF or GIF? GIF.
Both of them.
Because I just think it's supposed to be GIF.
GIF. He sends a GIF of Giannis with a thumbs down, and we'll do one more here. Let's see. At Giannis_great says, in Giannis we trust. Stop playing with the best player in the world. No. Oh, the patient say yes, sir. No, sirs. That's what he says there.
No, sirs.
No,
I like that.
Nah, Pacers lose. Okay. Let's see. Todd Merrill says Guru got to build some more burner Twitter accounts. Exactly.
We'll do something. We got to meet somebody at X or something. They shutting you down in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know it. They get me up out of the paint real quick.
The Game Bros.
You think so?
What are they doing?
I think they're putting them in group chats and saying, "Hey, mass report this guy." Say one more thing about Ryan Rollins being good.
Yeah, it's
say
rough
one
out
thing
here.
about KPJ being a great alternative. You're in that group chat immediately. Report him. Abusive content.
It's rough in the streets. Rough in the Twitter streets. I'll say that. Game balls tonight, fellas. Where are you going to game ball? Chat, you can also chime in. Game ball. I'm gonna start tonight because there's only one place I can go. You got to win to get in, and the game balls will go to the guy who's the game winner tonight. 33-13, 5 assists, 2 steals, 14-21, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 of 9 for the free throw line, 3 turnovers, 8 plus 8 on the night, and then a big time game winner. Giannis Antetokounmpo gets my game ball tonight. Giannis, aka. I just want AKA, just hey, thumbs down. That's all I got for you in AKs.
All right, who next? I'm gonna go third. I'm gonna go third because I think we might.
I get it out the way. I got to get my game ball, but shout out to them guys who used to do it on 97.3. We got to give a kick in the balls to those Indianapolis Pacers fans too for booing Myles Turner. I thought that's just absolutely disrespectful. But my game ball, I was kind of torn. I'm gonna go to Kuzma.
Okay.
I felt like Kuz he does so many things that don't show up, and that's why I think this plus and minus stuff is a bunch of Indianapolis Pacer cousin love. But no, for real, I just like the defensive stuff that he does. When he had to switch over and check Siakam, he made his life hell. No matter where he is on the court, he's impacting. And you know who didn't have those butterfingers or the basketballs bouncing? Is that a better description, Trey? Because last time you said I was squirting all over the place. I was out of control. Say different.
Said that. I didn't say that.
Yo.
Egregious.
But, I can't get it.
Pay your dues.
Kuz grabbed.
They like, yo, wow.
Finna drop my OnlyFans in a second. Kuz grabbed the damn rebound, though. He grabbed that junk and he pushed it up the pace. We talked about earlier a lot of guys that were, as far as crashing, I'm all over the place now. I'm sorry, Chris. But you can't get those great outlet passes from Kuz, from Giannis, or anyone if everyone crashes. But I thought Kyle Kuzma did his thing tonight. I don't have his stats, but I thought he was amazing.
Well, I'll go next. I got to give it to the bag, man. I got to give it to 34. I like the way he did it tonight. 34 was out there taunting the fans. He really, truly put on a show. Salute to Giannis. And Giannis hit a game winner. That's perfect, man. That's perfect. And I certainly, I'm proud of the way this team did not let this one slip, and they kept fighting. And man, Giannis gets it, aka best basketball player on the planet, aka I can put it up over your head like carry-on luggage, a.k.a. put Nesmith and Isaiah Jackson on me, and I still hit the shot. I've seen better coverage from a thong.
Whoa!
It's Monday.
All right. I like it.
All right, I'm gonna go with Giannis as well. This probably should have been unanimous, but that's okay. I like Kuz too. Somebody said he looks like a cholo, whatever that is. But no, I think I give it to Giannis just because, man, this dude is a consistent force, playing 35 plus minutes a game nearly, and scoring 30, averaging double doubles. Could be a triple double if guys would make shots. The game winner speaks for itself. Mid range, aka Do You Believe Now, and aka Wet Like Water. I don't think it hit the rim. I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either.
AKA walk off. See ya.
Yeah. Okay, there we go with the game balls. That's why Cream said. That's why you can't talk hoops with you. Because for whatever reason, you think that Indiana is going to be a 5 or 6 seed and win the playoff series. That's what I'm talking about. That's just you don't know basketball, so that's why I don't got to waste my time. Don't know kind of hoops, man.
With Max McClung,
What happened? Did I just miss something?
What?
No, Buddy said basically without every Indiana Pacer in the history, starting from Reggie Miller on being out tonight, they're still going to be a 5th or 6th seed and win. He don't watch basketball, man. He's just coming here to troll, man. But I will, and Maddie, we got to give Maddie a little bit of love because we got to bust your chops about Kuzma. But she said that Giannis is a league MVP. Argue with a wall if you disagree. Hey, I 1,000% agree with that, Maddie. But not only this year, I feel like Giannis has been a league MVP for the past 3 or 4, but they let those other guys skate because that's what my computer's having the issues with not playing defense. Giannis was guarding Siakam tonight too. Why Joker can float over to whoever then shoot the ball, and SGA, I mean, goodness gracious, I don't think he's ever guarded anybody though.
No, that's not what he's there to do. That's not what he's there to do. Hey man, I keep my nails clean. I ain't playing defense. You know what I love though? You can have a guy like SGA because you know what defense Oklahoma City plays? See what you can get away with from the ref.
Well, that's true.
Whistle. That's the defense OKC plays. That's just a strategy, right? Hey, do whatever it is you can do until they call it. That's their defense, and it seems to work. But you and Maddie, man, I hope you get a chance to meet Maddie. Y'all share a drink or something, man, and y'all be going at it. But I like to see the positives. And you and her kind of shaking hands on this tonight.
I give credit where credit's due. On my 43rd today, she always calls me Aunt, and she probably right because I show him an auntie killer.
Man, we're gonna mute your mic.
Happy birthday,
Justin. Hope it was a great day. Hope you have a great week. Happy birthday to you, sir. Can't tell you how much we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I apologize for ruining your weekend. We'll talk about that in a second here too, though.
Nah, I'm gonna disconnect then.
All right, let's get to the look around here. Bucks win 117-115 over the Indiana Pacers. Pacers are 1-6 on the year. Bucks 5-2. Nuggets are gonna get a win. Looks like they're up 9 over the Kings, 124-115. 4 minutes left there in the fourth. Blazers and Lakers, no Luka Doncic in a dogfight here right before the half, 53-52. And the Heat are up over the Clippers after 132-30. Looking at scores that finished tonight, T-Wolves beat the Nets. Nets are 0-7. Jazz beat the Celtics tonight, 105-103. The Knicks beat the Wizards. So I was going to look at the Wizards box score. AJ Johnson, 4 minutes of action, took 1 shot. No other stats recorded, and Chris Middleton must have been out tonight with, I guess he was just out for just taking a rest there. So another night where Kuzma outplays both Chris Middleton and AJ Johnson. Rockets beat the Mavericks tonight, 110-102. Pistons beat the Grizzlies, 114-106. Ja Morant, 18-10. Some rumors about Ja Morant maybe being on the move. With all of the things that he's going through. K Cunningham, 33, 8 and 5 for him. And is that everything? Yeah, that's all. That's all the games tonight. Bucks back in action tomorrow night against the Raptors. Go ahead, Justin.
I got our state of Wisconsin look around.
Go ahead. What you got?
We had the Wisconsin Badgers beat Campbell University 96-64. Okay. Marquette beat Albany 80-53. And how about Trey's biggest rival? They said they the real HU. Went in and played the Fighting Barton Lundy's and Milwaukee Panthers. Milwaukee 90, Hampton 86.
Wow, they played tough.
And tough. Just for me, where my son at, Troy University with an overtime win at Kent State, 103-97.
There you go. That's good stuff. What your boy doing up there in Green Bay?
Who? What boy?
Gottlieb.
Oh shoot. I don't get bad basketball on my phone. Let me check.
Well, David Flyers 88-48 over Canisius, so good start.
Nice.
What's this idiot Cream City? Who don't watch ball? Obviously, y'all don't. If you can't see how great Indy is, without these players, they took OKC to the wire, beat Curry and them, and now fought against the Bucks. Y'all, they won in 6.
So this is a new season.
Yeah,
so
you know what? Hey. You know what? What are we doing? It's another 24-hour ban for Cream City 1846.
Hey, Kansas 94, UW Green Bay 51.
Oh, yeah, Green, yeah, of course.
Hey, real quick, Trey, you did good tonight, man.
Well,
he got all the way past the look around before he got booted.
Yeah, I know. He made a few comments in tonight. John Hassel, let's do this real quick before he says, John Hassel, yo, can we get Ja in Milwaukee? Absolutely not.
Nah,
absolutely not.
I'm good.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, I'm good as well. I don't want him anywhere near. Short and sweet. I don't want him anywhere near this basketball team. I think he's a head case, got mental problems.
We got a lot of young guys now too. I'm
and
cool.
The other problem is he can't shoot, and that's what
you've KPJ better than Ja.
As a talent, no.
As a person, that's also up for question. That's a bad question too. But I mean, as a fit for the Bucks,
as a fit, as a fit, he may be. Ryan Reynolds might be a better fit than. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just not a fit. It's just not a fit with Ja Morant. So no, I'm totally against the Ja Morant in Milwaukee experience.
And that's a bad cocktail. You got injuries, attitude. That's all bad. Can't. Yeah, you just be too hard to trust Ja Morant. I sent him on his way. I have no idea where he ended up. I'd imagine somebody would stick their hand and probably get a couple, at least a few picks for him.
Somebody, I don't think he's gonna have some great market. I don't think he's gonna have a big market at all.
Ja Morant gets moved. Maybe somebody.
I think he'll get moved. Yeah, I think he'll get moved. I just don't think he has a great market. I just don't think there's a big market out there. I don't think people want multiple first round picks for Ja. I don't know that. Maybe I don't see it. I really don't. Maybe a team desperate like Charlotte for a superstar, a bad team maybe, but I just don't see that there's a real market for Ja Morant. Somebody said if he was in Milwaukee, he'd be on Burleigh
with the Kia boys.
Dice.
Hey,
he'd be with the Kia boys.
Right out there. What's the joint on center?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, who ain't that?
Ain't Red Snapper on center? The fish spot?
Oh, no, Red Snapper is
Burleigh.
Yeah, that's on Sherman. Yeah, that's on Sherman.
Yeah, that's where I don't know why I thought it was. I'm tripping, man. I ain't doing
that. Man.
Hey,
out there on Hampton Avenue.
Great fish.
Listen, Ja don't want to come to Milwaukee with that stuff, man. I can't believe he did that silly stuff in Memphis, man. Memphis isn't the city that you want to get all that. Bro, you from somewhere out here where we at, Trey? Somewhere in that state of South Carolina where he from. Just be happy with that, but no. I'll take Mark Sears over Ja Morant on the Bucks right now.
All right. See.
No, but hear me out.
Take it too far.
He fits the system, and he's not going to destroy the locker room. Ja comes to this team. Can you imagine not hustling with Giannis on the floor?
I agree.
I know. There's nothing that Ja can bring to this team that we either don't already have or we don't have something better than.
Well, and here's the thing too. Maybe he would add something to this team, and that's pointing that laser at the Pacers bus, right? At least he adds that to the rivalry. That beam, that red beam at the Pacers bus. What was he? Did that happen?
I think it was his people who did. I think it was his
homies in them.
His home, yeah, the homies, nephew.
They could send him to the Wizards, but he might take some of AJ Johnson. All right, I'll be quiet.
Yeah, like I said, that's the only thing.
Absolute fool in DC. You need to put him. John need to be in like a Salt Lake City. You need to have that man out there just losing his damn mind, sitting up here. What you gonna do? Go Carton. Right. That's a good acceptable answer. Okay. We need you to go hit the K1. That's what you need Ja to do. He need to be right there in some Siberia where he can just focus on basketball and get away from y'all. Because y'all bring it out of him. That's the problem with him. Is he goes to these cities with too many of y'all, and then he show his ass. Just keep Ja. So let me tell you where he can't go. He can't go to Atlanta. That's off the table. DC, off the table. Knicks, off the table. That can't happen. Anywhere in LA, nope. Don't trust y'all. Nope. Okay. Phoenix.
I can see. If there's an owner, I can see doing. I can see Phoenix. I don't know what all they have. I don't know what all picks they have available. I can see them doing it.
Absolutely not. Because again, y'all can't be in Detroit. Indiana. I mean, maybe, but I don't know if that's a fit either. Chicago.
No.
Again, y'all, hell no, you can't go in Chicago. You're gonna act a damn fool. I mean, Philly, no, because again, you're gonna act a damn fool. I can't have you on Temple's campus wilding the fuck out like that, right? I can't have you pulling guns on the college kids trying to go get the 5-on-5 runs in. No Philly, right? Sacramento, I don't know if there's any of y'all out there. It's just Sacramento.
Oh my God.
JT. Could he end up in Golden State?
JT, across the whole league. No, I ain't exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
We might gotta mute you for all the y'all stuff, though.
Listen, hey, tell me if I told one lie in that. You know what I'm talking about. When there's too many of y'all in that city, hell no, we can't be there.
Quick John McGraw says if you compare two of the league's best players in prime, you do it every time. And Tom Merrill, I think, is a great comment. He says Damian Lillard says otherwise. Well, that's a good comment back. Quick John McGraw says Dame wasn't in his prime. So that's good back and forth there. Paxi VT says not sure why Bucks try to dog on Pacers so much. Pacers fans knew they were going to lose, and seems like they'd rather secure a better pick for next year when they don't have 7 players out. Again, I guess I would disagree on dogging Pacers. Again, the only people who was dogging was the Pacers people. You can't dog everybody, especially front running, and then not want any of the ribbon that comes with it after. You don't want to be in the you don't like the heat, stay out the kitchen. And again, you can have all the players you want. Your franchise, the Indiana Pacers will never win a championship. They'll never win a title if Tyrese Halliburton is the best player on the roster. It's just not going to happen. He's not good enough to do it. And again, I think it's so funny to me. It's so funny to me. Like, people believe that finals. It's as if they've never seen a basketball game in their life before. He started hot, so that they were gonna win that game. I have no clue they were gonna win that game. You never seen a player. You never seen a guy start hot or a team start hot and lose a game before. Like, are you kidding me?
They didn't watch the last game against the Kings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about? They were gonna win that game. You have no clue. No clue.
Y'all watch Starting Five?
No, I refuse to watch.
I think
I ain't watching Halliburton in that.
I dislike Halliburton even more now.
Yeah,
I got a newfound fondness for that might be a pause for Jaylen Brown and for SGA though. I thought they had great stories, but Halliburton just seems even more of a. I guess we're still hating on you. What his name was, Paxi VT. He seems even more of a douche, and he fits in Indianapolis even more after watching the show. And shout out to his dad. He should move there too. Worst referee in the state of Wisconsin.
Paxi VT says, I don't think Tyrese is the best, just the most clutch. He underperformed. I agree with that. Again, you can't take away the shots. You cannot. I mean, again, he did the Giannis thing tonight, without the 33, 13, and 5. He just kind of let everybody. It'd be like, yeah, if everybody else ran the show and then you came in and hit a big time shot. But again, I'm glad. I am glad Giannis was able to do that to him tonight. And again, that was fun. Real quick, only thing I want to address and look around. I've been waiting.
Here we go.
How about them Panthers, man? How about them Panthers? 16-13 dub over the Green Bay Packers. Let me just say this. And again, I'll say this. I think that, again, man, I think it was two things. I think there was some of overlooking because you got Philly next week, right?
No overlooking, but keep going.
I think that
Philly on Sunday. Oh, dang.
Yeah, I think they overlooked a little bit Monday night. I think they overlooked the Panthers a little bit. It's one of those things. Yeah, you coming off a win. You got Philly next week. You think, hey, we can go beat the Panthers and keep pushing. But it was a perfect storm for Carolina. It really was. It was one of those things where you had a lot of wind, and it was just conducive to an environment where, as Todd puts in chat, Rico. And listen, Carolina is a team, 5-4. It's a good football team. And if you don't come to play, it's not great, not world beaters by any stretch of imagination. But if you don't put your hard hat on and buckle your chin strap and go out there, put a hat on a hat and force Bryce Young to throw the ball to beat you, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. And the other thing, I think Bryce Young gets a bad rap too. He's only 11 for 20, but he plays within the game plan. And again, there's nothing wrong being a game manager. I ain't never said there's nothing wrong being a game manager. And that fourth quarter, last drive, masterpiece. A couple of real nice plays from Bryce to get him there. And again, defense, play him over the top. Don't let nobody beat you over the top. And make force Green Bay to beat you in the red zone. Panthers did a really good job. That was a big win for us, 5-4, man. I'm like I said, man. Appreciate it, Justin. It's a good win.
You know, one thing I'll say about this Packers team, though, and I think that Packer fans have got to understand this. Listen, you see this team go 13-3 a ton of times, 12-4. I mean, you name it. At the end of the day, you're going to lose some games during the season. I hope you certainly didn't expect your team to go undefeated or 17 or 16-1. I hope that wasn't the case. This is what Myles Turner does. You're probably going to lose maybe somewhere between 3 and 5 games this year. That's fine. If I'm a Packer fan, what I'm really concerned about is the playoffs. All right, what's our seed? What we doing in these playoffs? How are we going to make this thing happen? And I think you roll with that. Having said that, I would be concerned that the Packers have lost to 2 bad teams that have struggled against 2 other teams to an extent. Arizona until they pulled away. Dallas. I don't know what that was, but I think you do have some concern there. But at the end of the day, this team loses 4 or 5 games, show up in the playoffs. I think if I'm a Packers fan, I'm worried how we getting past the second round. How are we getting past the second round of the playoffs?
I do feel like. Oh, sorry, Chris.
Oh, I got
no,
you. So my biggest question to you guys is how is this just now happening with Rico Dowdle? 28 years old, plays backup his whole career at Dallas, doesn't really get much of an opportunity. Finally gets an opportunity, makes the most of it at 27. And then they don't sign him back, and he goes to Carolina. And even that was tough for him to get that job after a couple of incredible performances. And he does it again. I don't understand how they dropped the ball at the NFL. Is this a case where he just developed into that late in his career, or is this he was just overlooked this whole time?
Listen, I have no idea. I think you're right. It is funny. Crazy thing is, I don't even add to that because I have no clue why it's happened like that. But I think the funny part is he's leading the NFC in rushing. He's only started 3 games.
Yeah, I think he was overlooked on Sunday too. And I mean, we talked about it the other night on the show, and it had to be a multitude of things. A Cleveland Browns firestorm that went wrong for it to happen, and I feel like that happened. I do feel like, and I really want to get your opinion, Trey, but all of y'all as well. I feel like your Panthers coach might be one of the dumbest coaches in the NFL. And he was so fortunate that you're getting up there, you have everything set up to kick that 49-yard field goal, right? Why do you run that play? You're fortunate that the Packers weren't just like, hey, Rico, take 2 more yards and we'll tackle you here. and he goes to overtime. It's just it's a mismanagement of the entire win that you stole from us, and you almost gave it back on that stupidity.
You thought that we ran one more play when we shouldn't have?
Yeah,
it did get close. It did. I will agree. It did get close. Yeah, it did get close. We got time out 1 second, but he was down like 3. I think you'd say he's the dumbest. Because again, here was the genius part though, Justin. Was I don't know if you noticed this, but he talked about it in his post game. We typically a lot of teams defer to the second half when we win the coin toss. We won the coin toss and received. The whole reason we took the ball was setting up for a fourth quarter, having the wind at our back to kick a field goal. So I mean, again, you talk about being locked in from the opening coin toss, taking the ball instead of deferring due to the wind, sets up that entire thing. And also, what the hell's going on with everybody knows you get 3 pumps. You get 3 pumps. Everybody see you get 3 pumps. That was crazy.
I thought it was 2 on a flag.
You get what is my bad? You get 2. My bad.
I thought it was 2 pumps and then you get a flag.
Pumps. You don't get 2 pumps. I don't understand it.
Well, Matt LaFleur was not kicking that field goal. McManus missed the field goal.
4 for 8. Going on 4 for 8 was terrible. That didn't make any sense.
So, and we got it. Like one thing we do, the 4 of us, we keep it a buck. So I'm not gonna lie. I reacted right away, and I was like, LaFleur should be fired.
See,
now,
that's crazy.
After thinking about it for a night and removing the emotion from it, and that's why sometimes you'll come in here and you'll think we're hating on the Bucks or hating on whatever team. We're not. We're upset. I don't think we should fire LaFleur. I think he needs to coach better, and I think the players need to play better. Hey, Trey, I really want to hate on a lot of stuff about the Carolina Panthers, the state that I live in. I just tell you, man, good one, my brother.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. You're in a playoff hunt. What is it, week 9?
In the hunt.
Enjoy it. But one thing that you was totally out of pocket on, hey, chill out with that Micah Parsons shit, dog.
Well,
That dude, he held that man half the game.
Come on.
And then the other half, he ain't held it. Your little midget quarterback was throwing the ball every 2 seconds because he saw Micah coming.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. You make $46 million. You got to make an impact, dog. Make $46 million as a D. You got to make some kind of impact.
He made an impact.
They said this is the only game in his entire career he had 0 pressures.
He made an impact. You can't have a pressure when Bryce was getting rid of the ball at the snap. And that's the impact he made. Bryce couldn't throw. Bryce got rid of that ball quick.
Listen, man. I just say he didn't. He was a non-factor. And again, whether you want to say it's for that game plan scheme, we had a backup tackle out there.
I agree. You had
well, no, Icky's not backup. But that's the thing. Damn, the only thing I'm disappointed in is y'all about to get Icky paid. See that?
Well,
Mike shut Parsons down. Go ahead.
Micah Parsons was a non-factor, just like Bryce, whatever his name was a non-factor too. I mean, 43.3 quarterback rating, barely 100 yards.
He's
a factor on that last drive. I'll tell you that.
Was he?
Like Chris has a point about Rico though. Like Rico being older, and Rico runs. Rico's got some angry man in him. He's got a little bit of angry man in him too, and that's the yards at the just like Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs got some angry man in him too, and I think that's impressive to see. But also, man, Rico is a little bit elusive too. He just runs like a guy who's like, yo, I think it's kind of like an artist in that first album where they literally just put soul into this thing. And it's what it is. It looked like it just means more to Rico. I mean, I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that, brother. I really am. I mean,
I am too. And to be honest, the only thing he's missing he is right now. You got top 10 back where he's a top upper echelon back in the NFL right now. The only thing that holds him back from being elite and talked about he's don't have breakaway speed. If he had breakaway speed, it'd be real nasty.
That's that 28.
You're not gonna get. Listen, I don't want to crush dreams, but I'll tell you this: you're not gonna develop that at 28. So
he don't have that,
brother.
But he's really good in the passing game, though, and that really helps. I think Bryce Young. I mean, really good, I guess. I don't know. I think he catches. I think he can do a lot in space. So
yeah, he catch.
He's the best player on the field Sunday.
Yeah, no, he was.
In a lot of these Sundays, he has.
I give you that. Hey, man, all right, Justin. So, man, let me ask you. All right, Jordan Love, where we at, sir?
That interception with the first down with the triple coverage.
I'm telling you, I think the win. I really do think the win was more a factor than people were letting on.
Y'all had that dude covered by so many dudes. Pause. There was no way that throw. It's just a bad read. I think
the crazy the one that Watson he caught was low key in covered,
and the one that Golden should have caught. I'm gonna tell you, losing to the Panthers sucked, and that was horrific, and that was probably the worst loss of the year because it was in Lambeau. However, losing Tucker Kraft is going to be far more important.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's that heart and soul of that passing game.
JT, I give you credit. You I don't know how much, but JT kept saying he's best tight end in the game. He
wasn't saying that.
I did say that. I said Tucker Kraft last year was a top 5 tight end in this league, and he needs to get an opportunity to get his reps.
Tucker Kraft is like that.
I did say that. I said that last year. I said,
you did.
Kraft be a top 5 tight end in this league. They need
I give you credit where it's due.
Feed that man. I did say that.
JT, I used to argue with you. You was telling me that old goofy boy in Vegas is better than him. And them old men were better.
Last year, I said he had a historic rookie season. Look, you can't knock that man. He had a historic rookie season. But I said Tucker Kraft could be that dude if they gave that man passes. Listen, I've been saying that the whole time. There's guys on the Packers team. Watson's another one. If Watson can stay healthy and Watson get over 100 targets, I bet he puts up some numbers that are pretty impressive, right? When is that ever going to happen? Golden. You draft Golden in the first round. It's up and down. You give him 3-4 targets a game. The target share is trash. What are you supposed to do? How am I supposed to develop if I don't get reps? How am I supposed to develop? And that's why you got guys at 2 and 3 years in, and they really have not developed that much or at the pace that you would think they would. So you're still talking about all this talent and potential, but the production isn't there because you're not giving them a chance to develop. I love to have this argument with Packers fans.
Musgrave is and it's the irony in this is just so funny.
Who?
That Musgrave spot on the field now is due to Kraft.
We're just going to say the other end.
Huh?
The other tight end.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, am I being too honest here?
Chris, JT Aura all effed up now with all this stuff. Look, but you get what I'm saying.
Musgrave. Yeah, I know. The other guy out there. Am I missing something here?
No, you good, bro. The roles have reversed now. If the Packers are going to go to where I hope they go and where a lot of our chat hopes they go, Musgrave got to step up and be a great football player. This Paxi dude got me so confused talking about the Brewers shouldn't have taken Tyrese's first pitch. They absolutely should have. He disrespected the city and go take your ass to the Indianapolis Indians or whatever the hell you call that AAA bullshit down there and throw out a first pitch there. Minor League City.
Now y'all turned into the angry man. I got one more. Like a 75-word rant and didn't breathe one time. Bro.
I got one more, and I'm done. Hey, y'all.
Y'all finish or y'all done?
You know where I'm going to. Hey, what happened to headset ladies?
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Don't get into that.
Hey, headset lady, what happened? She ain't called no plays, JT.
Go right ahead.
I don't understand. I knew it was coming. I'm on every single game. I can't wait till the Colts lose. I promise you. But anyway, Steelers beat the Colts. It's coming now. Ever since they realized, damn, she getting all that credit, now they pissed off. And I'm telling you, do what you're supposed to do. Get off the sideline. Get off the sideline while you can. Because them boys pissed off now, man. Them boys pissed off.
Let me tell you, that don't have – listen, man. Hey, nothing wrong with her being on that sideline. And by the way, just so you know, this Indianapolis Colts football team has not won in Pittsburgh in damn near 50 years. It has been a very long time. So when it has been that – we talk about 4+ decades, it doesn't matter. They could have had Ronald McDonald himself on that sideline. It doesn't matter. They could have had What's my man's name? You rub the lamp and get 3 wishes.
Aladdin?
No.
The genie?
Yes. They could have had the genie on the sideline. It does not matter. The result was going to be the same. They were not going to win in Pittsburgh. They were not going to win in Pittsburgh. I can't blame that on Carly. I can't blame that on Carly. Carly deserves to be on the side. I want to see Carly. I want to see. You know what? Maybe Carly upgrade that style a little bit more, right? But she don't look like a sideline reporter, so she can't be in a cocktail dress. But
JT, you know what else team hadn't won in 50 years in Pittsburgh?
Oh.
The Green Bay Packers, they ain't won since 1970. So I'm just saying that ain't no reason.
And they got their dub. They got their dub last week.
They did. So your boys should win their team.
They took that momentum and went ahead and laid an egg in Carolina. Imagine that. How you gonna your team was probably gonna make the playoffs and go in there and stink it up against the Panthers team and don't nobody know who's gonna be there after the season ends.
Well, and y'all got Atlanta and Germany, so I will root for y'all in Berlin. I never want the Falcons to win, so I'll root for the headphones one more time, and then y'all can lose out the rest of the season after that.
Oh my God.
Todd is accusing Paxi VT of being a bot. I don't know what's happening in the chat. The chat is doing its own thing, an argument there. I don't have anything else. Anybody else have anything else they want to get at before we get up out of here?
Man, this college football coaching thing is absolutely insane. I mean, the amount of jobs open at this point, you're up over 10 big-time FBS schools. The buyout money, I think, is exceeding us right at $200 million so far, and we're not even halfway through this thing. At some of these schools, if I was an alum at some of these schools, they better not call me and ask me for $1 to donate to the program. Y'all buying people out, paying $50 million buyouts, $100 million assistant coaches. That's cool, but y'all can miss me because I'm definitely shrugging those calls off like I'm shrugging off student loan calls.
How'd your alma mater do this weekend?
The Arizona Wildcats?
We ain't talked about that yet. He wants to spend their time on the Panthers.
Wildcats.
We gotta close the show. We ain't got no more time.
Right. Yeah.
What does Trey do with all the Colorado merch? That's what I want to know. It's a real question. Like, what is that? At what point is he starting to put a bag over his head for wearing that stuff?
Prime?
No, Trey.
Hey, man.
Listen, man, that Colorado team did everything but back it up and dump it down. Boy, they took it this weekend. I mean, my goodness.
That's all right.
For the last 2 weeks.
Hey, we'll be back. We'll be back next year.
Right. Yeah, we coming.
It's a retool year, and then we'll be back next year. Hey, who knows? Listen. Prime might get one of them jobs, dog. Prime might one of them.
Talent can't find you.
If you get Prime one of them jobs again, you talking about Colorado, give him one of them jobs in the actual market, and see him let him get some players. Give him one of them jobs in the SEC, get him one and let him get some actual players. Colorado.
I would agree with that.
Give one of them markets.
I would agree with that, but I'll tell you this right now.
Give him somewhere in Florida. Give him somewhere in the South.
Billy Napier had players. Billy Napier had ballers of Florida and still stunk, right? Like, this thing is a lot more about than just getting talent. And I think the thing with Prime at this point is Prime may have to look at his approach. Hey, bro, you can't keep ignoring high school. You may have to start developing high school talent.
I don't think that's what it is. I really think that
I think they quit on him. I think that's what it is.
See, that's you're doing too. That's doing too much. They quit on it. Okay.
I think the player evaluation team is just not very good, honestly.
Because
if you're going to high school and you grab a 5-star Julian Lewis, whatever his name is, he's supposed to be good. He can't even take a spot from a struggling quarterback. Like that, you're recruiting the wrong kids. The kids aren't good.
Julian might be good. I don't know. Julian might be. He might end up being good. I have no idea.
If he might end up being good, he better be good now because they need it.
Yeah, I mean,
you got time to wait around in this era.
Can the man get a year? Damn, you saw like Archie Manning came in and lit it up as soon as he got on the field.
Hey, look at Archie.
Better than whatever Salter's doing.
You got to give him some time. Give him some time.
No, Salter's trash.
And Archie Manning's also not.
They threw the backup walk on him.
Is Archie Manning a freshman? Is Archie Manning a freshman? What potential you see in Archie? Right, he wasn't doing nothing, and then he came in and when he got in, he stunk it up, and now he's about time he found.
That's not 100% true.
Yes, he did. He absolutely did stink it up. until he's playing North Texas
last year
State.
was balling in here, and then
Balling
Arch has been up
against
and down.
bums.
Against bums. He has not stuck the whole time. Now, did he lay an egg against Ohio State? Yes, but you know what? There's a hell of a lot of there's some really good quarterbacks who also laid an egg against Ohio State because they have not seen a defense like Matt Patricia's. They just have not seen that. Matt Patricia had quarterbacks in hell playing this Ohio State team. So I give Arch a bit of a reprieve for how bad he looked at OSU, but a whole lot of folks are looking equally as terrible.
And Juju gonna be all right. So I'll tell you that right now. Juju gonna be all right.
Juju gonna be all right because Juju gonna hit that portal. Hey man, it's right. Look, Juju gonna hit that portal. That's why he getting up out of there.
Well, no, I think at the end of the day, no, you just gotta. Prime got to get rid of Pat Shermer, number one. You get rid of Pat Shermer, and then when that offense is terrible. You got to get rid of Pat Shermer. Well,
is Daddy the best defensive coordinator of all time?
But it's also tough when you can't sustain drives or anything like that, and your defense end up getting gashed. And they're also the issue is they're undisciplined, very undisciplined.
So here's my issue. My issue with Prime is, what did he do as a coach? He went and hired his friends. And his friends are Hall of Fame players. Right?
Yeah, they are Hall of Fame. Doesn't mean they're good coaches.
Zero coaching experience.
Doesn't mean they're good coaches. I agree with that. I agree with that.
And you have 5 or 6 of these guys on that. You can have maybe a couple. You got 5 or 6 of these guys with no experience, coaching experience, period, let alone coaching experience at this level. This is a different game, man. Like this is you can't you got Prime's got to change his approach. And I think that's the issue at this point. Is Prime got to change his approach. It's different when you got Shador, you got Travis, you got 4 NFL wide receivers that are all going to get drafted. You got it's a different ball game. But at this point, Prime's got to figure, hey, got to humble yourself a little bit, sir, and maybe do things a little bit differently. Because 9-4 looks great, but not great when it's sandwiched between 4 and 8 seasons.
Well, I'll also just say real quick, last thing on this Prime thing. Like, I agree with you guys. Like, if he gets Arkansas, they got Tyson money. They can be in these recruiting talks. You're not seeing Colorado flipping these guys that are considering Ohio State, Tennessee, Auburn, Alabama. Even if those teams suck, right? They have the money. And does Colorado have the money at this point? I don't know. I don't think so. And so that's where I think he could succeed at a better school that puts in more funding for these recruits. It doesn't look like they have that at Colorado. You're not getting a Notre Dame commit or even a Penn State decommit that would have left after James Franklin to go to Colorado. It's just not happening. The big dogs are coming in and stealing them.
I'll just say this. You saw what he did when he had the players, Shador and Travis. You saw what he did when he had the players. You saw what he did.
That's very true. But I agree. I 100% agree with Chris. And at this point, I mean, look, I told y'all before. Colorado has nothing to offer a kid from Florida, Georgia, Texas, or anything but, legal weed and brunettes, right? That's all Colorado, the city of Boulder, truly has. And at this point, so does the entire SEC. The SEC can probably offer this, well, not necessarily legal weed, but when's that stopped anybody from doing anything down there too? And the Big Ten's the same way, right? The Big Ten, I mean, I think Prime at 9-4 hit his peak at Colorado. I don't think that's a school you can legitimately do better than that. I don't. There was a guy in 2016 that won 10 games, and I guess the Pac-12 South or whatever that division was. But that's your ceiling at a school like Colorado. So if you're Deion, you got to leave before you get left. And I think if you get an offering for an opening of one of these positions out here, you may have to take it now. You may have to take it now because if you put up another 4-8 season, I think your star fades a little bit.
Here's the other thing, though. I'll say this, man. It's tough. It is tough when – that's why I give Deion a little bit of a pass. He peeing through a bag. He having surgeries every other day. He got 2 toes on his foot. I'm just saying, like, Deion's going – he's going through a lot. So, no, I'm not even – that's not even a joke. He is. I'm willing to give Deion another year.
But you want to give Deion another year. Highest paid coaches in college football. That's that.
And what does that have to do with? What does that have to do with you needing an accommodation, JT?
Listen,
damn.
But you one of the top 15 highest paid coaches in college football.
Damn. He helped that I don't know what that is. Toes falling off.
I understand
Damn.
it's not an issue.
Damn.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you is the top 15 highest paid coaches in college football from a school that don't got it. So people only got so much sympathy and empathy for you at some point.
That's crazy.
And I don't think Colorado runs him out, but what I'm saying is that you have a profile, you have your arc, you hit your peak last year, you're in a significant decline this year. Who's to think there's not going to be another significant decline next year? And then all of a sudden, you don't look appealing. All of a sudden, Auburn's not interested. Florida's not interested. Arkansas is not interested. It's not a possibility.
Man, let him get his diaper situation straight before you talk about who's interested.
Wait 1 second, because y'all missing the entire point. You give me 2 toes and I'll pee in the bag to hang out with Carucci too at 60,000 years old. He winning. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, Carucci, listen, Carucci ain't all. She broke too. She chasing the bag.
That's okay though.
She chasing the bag. That's all. She just chasing the bag. All right, let's.
Me too. I gotta go find one.
He's had a little nice one. To be honest with you, I think his last 2 women. I think Ballard that went crazy was colder than Carucci, and I think Tracy Evans was colder than Carucci too. Just
he got a type. Bad chicks.
Myles Turner tweets out 10 years of blood, sweat, sacrifice, and constantly, taking the disdain on the chin. I guess growth isn't always applauded. Sometimes it's booed, but I'm still grateful, still rising. Hashtag fear the deer. And then there was another, somebody asked John Morant after the game tonight if he still had his joy playing basketball. He said, quote unquote, no.
All right. Wow.
So that's the John Morant news. All right, let's end it here.
Hey, just real quick, because everybody been addressing this dude Paxi, and I think that makes it even better when you're talking like you're in this big Milwaukee versus Indy thing, blah blah blah. And the Brewers shouldn't have took his first pitch. They absolutely should have. He disrespected the entire city of Milwaukee with the fake stuff, trying to get the dude ejected. Go Google it. But one thing you're not missing, Paxi, you're talking all this hate, how you own us, how you this, how you that. You're mad because we signed a dude that was there for a decade, but you wanted to trade him 9.5 out of that decade. It says a lot about your fan base, sir or ma'am.
I agree. Or bot, whatever's going on. I don't know if they in Taiwan or where the bots come from. China? I don't know.
You need to give Todd a Sydney Moncrief.
They be in Lagos. They be everywhere. The bot farm.
Yeah. Bot farming.
Todd got to email you, Trey. Inbox Trey your address. We got a book coming your way, signed by top 5 buck of all time in front of Chris Middleton.
Right, there you go. Todd's gonna get the City Moncrief book. Hit me in the DMs.
Are we gonna see back on this season?
Yeah, hey, hold on. And also, by the way, Sydney, a lot of people talking about Doc Rivers maybe coach of the year this year so far before the job he's in. Sydney did say got a good coach. Everybody, he went against the grain. Talking about the coaching of Doc Rivers. But on that last to say on that, since we're on it, Doc, this is the mark. Like the Doc Rivers with expectations, Doc Rivers outside of that Boston year, Doc Rivers low to no expectations. Maybe one of his best coaching jobs that he did, I think, in LA, taking the Warriors to 6 games or whatever it was. I can't remember what year it was. So, there we go. Tasha's trainer. I don't know your address. Send me your address and send me your address. We'll get a book out. We'll get the City Moncrief book out to you. Bucks win tonight. 117. What? Huh?
I'm sorry. We're going to get him Ajax too.
He'll give it he gonna slam the we trying to give away. You might have given him $5 to take the Ajax picture.
Give him a Brooke Lopez hat.
All right, we'll send you a prize pack. A tie from the Cream City crossover. 117-115. Bucks beat the Indiana Pacers tonight, all in the back of a game winner. I don't know how long we went. I feel like we went for like 2 hours. I have no clue. But we I don't know how we're gonna do it. We're gonna go back to back tomorrow and try to not take as long. Excuse me. Listen, man, I can't believe there's still 85 of you in the chat. While listening to whatever the hell we just did for the last 30 minutes. We just did whatever for 30 minutes. We appreciate it because you could have been in your world, but you were here with us, listen to us, and watching us do what we do here after a Bucks win. We appreciate it. Please, Todd. Hey, there's Todd coming in the chat with a super. Now that's why we love Todd. No, doesn't give a rhyme reason, doesn't give a comment, just says, hey, I'm not a bot. Here's $10. Appreciate it, Ty. We'll definitely get that prize pack out to you. Okay, appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Listen, hit the like button. If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, hit the like button on your way out. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend about the Cream City crossover. We appreciate it. It is the best Milwaukee Bucks post game in all of the land. Who else is giving you 2 hours after the Bucks beat the Indiana Pacers? Fresh. Who else is doing? I don't know. I don't know anybody else is gonna do it. But we will right here, right at the Cream City crossover. Triple C's, 30 C's up. Let the GDs in the dough. I gotta get out of here.
Might trust the GDs a little more than trust the YNs because I don't know, man. These have a bit of purpose here. We may disagree with it conceptually, but I mean, at least it makes a bit more sense. Whereas the YNs just, again, they stealing kids. Listen, man, if you go spend time behind bars, like, yo, you might want to steal something for me. A little nicer, but I'm just saying, like, not the same. There's some kid like this. Well, the Telluride joint is nice, but they're not taking those. They're not taking those. I mean, I'm just saying, like, no. I mean, I don't understand. Right. I mean, the statute, right? It's already granted. What are y'all doing? Like, I just don't get it.
Oh man, y'all killing me, man. All right, we'll get out of here. Listen, man, this has been a Cream City Media Group production from the Groove Truck Hospital. Third,
Chris King,
Justin.
Hey, man, if I am the enemy, it's only because I dare to tell you the truth. Don't take no one nickels. Indiana sucks.